We want to explain, or I want to give you the vision of what we are doing within the sports industry and how we have approached all these new concepts that are coming. And as Per said, we have to adapt continuously to these new technologies, trends, and initiatives, and above all, our vision of how we are approaching it from a business perspective. It is true that innovation has a lot to prove, but in our case, what we are provoking and what we are initiating projects of how these initiatives have to have a direct impact on the income statement and on the business. A few lines of my profile. The last 8 years of my professional career have been dedicated to the world of sports. I have a history, a previous background in the technological world, but it is true that in recent years I've been in clubs such as Barca. I have a great affection for this city, and I was here as Director of Strategic Innovation. Then I went to Athletic Club as Chief Innovation Officer, and since 2021 I have been in the Baskonia-Alaves Group for 3 years. From the part of innovation, strategy, and new business. And here I wanted to tell you what is the Baskonia-Alaves Group. As I was telling you, what is the Baskonia-Alaves Group? The Baskonia-Alaves Group is a very multifaceted private group in the sports industry. And as proof of this is that we have 3 sports clubs. The Baskonia that many of you know, basketball group founder of EuroLeague and playing in the ACB. Deportivo Alaves. Fortunately, we were lucky enough to return to the first division, and we are playing in it this season, also with that vision that we have of internationalization. In 2018, we bought a club in Croatia, in the Istria region, in Pula the NK Istra, playing in Croatian First Division. We also have a sports center. The Bach is our sports city. It is a sports city focused on the world of sport, but it is also open to the public. We have 6,000 subscribers and users of this facility. And in terms of innovation, we are also opening up new areas of work because we not only apply to the world of soccer or basketball, but we also have 10 paddle tennis courts, swimming pools, indoor, outdoor. We have 2 restaurants, a fitness area, an ice rink. And in the end, it also allows us to apply and attract opportunities within the technological world in other disciplines that go beyond soccer and basketball. Of course, we have the foundation, which is responsible for all the social projects that arise within the group, and also a university with official degrees that arises through a joint venture precisely with a university in Barcelona, with NTUs specialized in the world of video games and new technologies. And this year, we are starting our 2nd academic year. It is a university that has 3 main areas of action, mainly in the world of health, sports, and new technologies. And we are starting this year with more than 300 students. It is a project that is making a deep impression, and we are betting heavily on this project. And this is where Factory comes from, which is one of the strategic projects within the group, and is nothing more than this centralizer of innovation and new business within the world of sports, which has to respond to the needs of the Baskonia-Alaves Group with the format that I will explain later, of how we generate partnerships with technology companies to create products, services, and experiences that we can apply internally. But as I said before, with that vision of generating business and how, with that knowledge and those experiences and those products, we can monetize it to the outside, even the naming of this project says a lot. We did not want to avoid those concepts that are so common nowadays, which are the innovation hubs, and we created a concept that was a factory. Everyone associates a factory with the creation of goods and products, and that is precisely what we are looking for. I don't know if you know, but historically, sports clubs have 3 main sources of revenue. What we generate on match day, the match and related business, what we generate with commercial agreements, branding with the different clubs, and what we get from TV rights. What we see at the innovation level is that we have to help those 3 main sources of revenue to maximize them and also generate an additional 4th one. In other words, we have to be able to incorporate a specific portfolio through products and services that we can, and that can generate income for the entity. So we launched the project in November 2022, although it is a project that we have been working on for many years, and well, here is an explanatory video.
Baskonia-Alaves Group is a leader in sports management. A business group with an innovative and international vision, from Vitoria-Gasteiz to the world. Our group is made up of organizations such as Saski Baskonia, Deportivo Alaves, Bach, and NK Istra, whose management over the years has provided with the new knowledge and alliances that today we want to put at the service of the economic and social growth of our territory. Our objective is to transform the sports industry through excellence in business management and the competitiveness of our teams, as well as through the promotion of talent, innovation, and new technologies. The Baskonia-Alaves Group is the constant evolution over the last decades, but where did our story begin? 1921 is the year the Deportivo Alaves Football Club was founded. Today a member of the La Liga Football League and characterized by a unique and fighting personality. Saski Baskonia is one of the most prestigious national and European basketball clubs, as well as a referring for its business management and its successful sports results. These two legendary clubs are joined by a loyal and enthusiastic fan base that supports them in every game. In 2011, Jose Carajeda joins both clubs. Thus, Baskonia-Alaves has become one of the leading and most successful groups in the sports industry, trained with a mentality that goes beyond athletics, and his philosophy focuses on the growth and development of new strategic projects. Ibermática arises from this vision, a project that aims to position Vitoria-Gasteiz into one of the nodes of athletic innovation worldwide, encompassing the fields of education, health, entrepreneurship, and new technologies. Sporting excellence is what drives us into the future. The question is how to achieve it. The answer is innovation. To this end, the factory was created, a strategic catalyst for the needs and challenges of both the Baskonia-Alaves Group and Ibermática. The factory has the objective of boosting, promoting, and leading all sports innovation projects to make our territory a referring to the generation of knowledge, new business models, employment, sustainability, inclusion, and new technologies. We want to imagine the future with you and go further. Envisioning the future. We will shake up the innovation ecosystem, forging relationships and alliances with strategic partners interested in the development of science, research, and technology. Our group will become an international benchmark in the sports business sector, providing unique experiences in the field of sports innovation and new related businesses. The factory focuses on 5 specific pillars: health and well-being, Sportech solutions, entertainment experiences, smart facilities, and education of the future. The factory will drive the group and Ibermática to a new level, seeking excellence in the international sports ecosystem and relying on these 3 differentiated collaborative models. Showroom. Technological showcase where the effectiveness of existing innovative technologies can be tested. Lab, development of new commercial products and services in collaboration with strategic partners. And acceleration and investment of benchmark business projects in the sports industry. With the factory, we want to be promoters of change in the sports industry and approach the future from the business excellence and management in our sector. Do you want to be a part of the change? Join the factory. The factory, innovation into business.
Basically, and to be specific, what we are looking for with the factory project is to capitalize on the assets we have per se, the sports clubs and sports entities, which are nothing more than access to athletes and the knowledge of the professionals of each of the clubs, access to infrastructure and sports stadiums and sports cities that we make available to innovation. And last but not least, the last point, which is the linking of the development of these projects to a brand within the sports world that gives legitimacy to the development of these projects. In this sense, as you saw in the video, one of the fundamental pillars is the field of entertainment and fan engagement and the creation of content. In the end, from innovation, we also have the obligation to get closer to our communities and also to attract new communities. And that is precisely what these brands and these alliances we have with these three specific partners are doing. The first of them, Metacampus, and I also wanted to thank Macallan Metacampus for the invitation to participate in this event. So with Metacampus, we saw clearly the opportunity. We saw that it was the opportunity because we saw today, we are commenting on it, that there is a need to adapt to these new technologies that are coming, and there is a very clear gap within the sports industry that professionals do not know and do not know these technologies to face these projects that are coming. And that is why we decided, and this alliance basically is the constitution of a specific verticalized program in the sports industry, focused for professionals in the sports industry, in which we can train and make easy this continuous learning within this area. We have launched the Fast Track Sports Plus program, which we will be launching publicly and definitively in the next few weeks, and we have been working for many months to define it. It is a very innovative program that adjusts to the needs and knowledge of each professional, and we understand that this is a booster for the sports industry and how within this field we can generate this type of initiative through these new technologies leveraged on knowledge. Another initiative I wanted to tell you about is how we decided to approach the concept of Metaverse. And here there were three very clear options. We said we can create a metaverse from scratch with its own costs and the difficulty of bringing that traffic of users to your metaverse compared to the rest of the offer of others, of other clubs, other projects, and we discarded it. The second option was to join an existing metaverse. That is to say, to talk to Roblox, to Decentraland, to Sandbox, and we would insert ourselves into that. Obviously, we are aware that we are not big brands like Madrid or Barcelona, but we said here we were going to lose impact. And the third option, which was the one we finally decided on, was to approach it from a gaming point of view. We understood that the gaming world already had associated concepts such as buying a skin, a utility, concepts that besides having fun, because we access this type of experiences to have fun, and it was a simpler approach. And that is why we decided when we met the Outer Ring project that has created and is developing a game that we like to call Web 5 because it includes Web 2 plus Web 3 concepts, and that already launched the pre-alpha last June. And I want to tell you a little about how was this experience with Outer Ring. Well, we became the first European sports club that made such a strong initiative and commitment to the metaverse. It is not a matter of wanting our brand to appear in the game, but really the agreement was much deeper. We were going out with this company to create experiences within the world of sports. And that's how we, well, I want to tell you a little bit about the game because I don't know if you know it. I don't know if you are familiar with the game Outer Ring, but well, there's a little bit. That's why I was telling you. That is why the Baskonia Group and Baskonia, specifically within the outer ring, decided to go for this alliance or to develop this type of initiative. As I said before, we saw it as key to approach communities. And I tell you as an example that when we communicated the agreement in April 22, we made the video and there was a player with a black skin where it said Baskonia. There were many comments on social networks from people who did not know the Baskonia brand at all, who liked that skin, liked that player specification, and began to know the Baskonia brand. So precisely what we are looking for is to reach communities that do not consume Baskonia brand, but through the game is a gateway for them to know. And from here, we open a cross option of other types of opportunities that, thanks to the game, they can come to Vitoria, come to see a Baskonia or Alaves game, or buy the t-shirt or the digital assets themselves. So within the game that we have made and is already available in the pre-alpha, we have created the Baskonia Arena within the digital game. That is, it is a replica exactly the same, obviously with futuristic touches, and this opens up many options. As you can see, we have not named Buesa Arena, which is the name of the stadium. We have named Baskonia Arena because we see that there is a possibility of selling the naming of the stadium. There is a possibility of creating new sponsorships with brands that want visibility inside the stadium. Because when the game is operational and open for everyone, it will be a space where there are 100,000 users that concurrently interact with the Silver City, which is the neuralgic point of the game where the Baskonia Arena is located. So here the brands are going to have visibility, challenges are going to be launched, digital assets are going to be bought with utilities that I will tell you later about our experience in the world of NFTs. So we have created in this first phase the stadium. We have also created a store where you can buy Baskonia skins, scarves, a series of objects that will have in-game utilities. We don't want it to be just a digital asset. We want it to have repercussions in the game, not at the level of making you better in the game, but to have certain advantages in the game. And I also wanted to show you in the following video, because I can tell you the benefits of this in-game alliance, but we have made a compilation of players when the pre-alpha was released of what they discovered when they were playing, and they discovered that inside the upper area of the city you could see a stadium. So that's what we want, that I want to show you.
Hey, this has nothing to do with it. Look, I just caught the sunset. It looks spectacular. This has nothing to do with how it looked before. It has nothing to do with it. I mean, this was under construction. There was scaffolding when you entered. It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. Here we are still going to see the page just to see it. It was the first time that I went up to all this. Congratulations to all at the same time that you are also watching the ring. Alright, merchandising everything without leaving the ring. It looks great. And I suppose that tomorrow, when the months go by and the laws and everything can marry all this, we will be able to buy it with GQ. So this is brutal. It's just brutal. You can go to make 4 PvPs, play the GQs, and come here, spend and eat the Baskonia t-shirt, and you stay so comfortable. Nothing. This is the same. This has changed. This has been under construction for a long time. Let's see what we find. Spectacular. Spectacular. Here are the brands promoting themselves, more or less. Do you all know how the shots will go? You don't have to be very clever. You see these stands? You see here a stadium in white and in bottle. And I don't know if you can see the little marks you can see, but this can give a lot of play. Much play, man. I imagine that someday they will implement some kind of mini-games. I'm sure they'll come up with something so we can do some kind of Rocket League or some kind of paranoia for sure. I'll take it for granted. Have I lost sight of you again? Ven looks nice. He's changed quite a bit. This is done. This was full of fences. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, it's nice. Very nice. Very nice. This is a great job. Interesting to say the least.
On the left, too. It has 4 different places to buy tickets.
It's very nice. Wow, that's a nice basketball court. Huh?
Go inside.
Yes, but listen to me, Oscar. I've been looking for it for an hour and I can't find it. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Well, it would be nice to shoot some hoops. That would be cool.
Yes.
All right. Laughs, I'm in. I'm on my way. That's the,
Slope on the right. Top of Kinos? Yes, the crazy Baskonia. The Baskonia. No, I think it's the shit. Honestly, I think it's the shit. Let's see what happens here.
There are many references, but I wanted to show an example. And I promise you that we have nothing to do with these players of the impact and how the Baskonia brand also wants to differentiate us by that innovative aspect and to be always in the latest technologies. And this has meant for us to participate in the game with a physical space, with a stadium, with experiences to reach and impact communities and users that otherwise would have been impossible. From the sport or the more traditional vision of soccer and basketball. Within the agreement we have with Maniac Panda, which is the company that develops Outer Ring, we have also created an activation within Racer Loop, which is one of their games, which I don't know if you know. The game with Outer Ring aesthetics that at some point will be connected, but as of today they are differentiated games. And what we have developed with them is a skip for you to compete with the Baskonia skin. It is a skin of one of the ships that, as you can see today, this is phase 1. We want to continue giving INCs new utilities, but we have started with this one, with this activation. What I was telling you before, I also wanted to give you our vision about the NFTs. It is true that now it seems that it is a word that has been reviled, that we have to talk about artificial intelligence. But in December last year, what we did through the Outer Ring marketplace, we created a digital product, an NFT, where we mainly gathered 2 lessons learned. That is when we launched, or the project when we launched it, it was key that we not only gave a digital asset, but that there was physical utility linked to real experience and with physical product, because that would make it more understandable. So this pack included a pack that was put up for sale in auction format, as I said, in the Outer Ring marketplace, and it included within the EuroLeague game against Real Madrid the signed MVP jersey, the ball he played with, and a signed MVP's postcard. We also included a 1-year VIP membership in the Outer Ring game and the Baskonia skin for the game itself. As I was saying, it was key because people understood, we understood, who wouldn't want a jersey signed by the MVP? No? But we found ourselves, and that was the second learning, with that technological entry barrier. Because we had to have a wallet, we had to guard some assets, we had to make an auction with a specific token within the platform. And we did see that no matter how much we launched step-by-step explanatory videos, how to access, how to do it, well, there was an obvious barrier to entry, and the applicants were not the ones that we would have or that we would have wanted. It was sold at the end for about €800, but we saw that if we had asked in Vitoria how much you would have paid for the jersey of your favorite player, signed an original of a match, it would have been higher. So precisely, and this only corroborates the alliance we have with Metacampus, that there is a need for training in this technological field. And well, we faithfully believe in blockchain technology. We will see how the application of NFTs or whatever comes within this area evolves. And well, it was an enriching experience. And as we said before, we have to test and try to really see what can be done within this area and how we can generate new assets or new sources of income in addition to the traditional ones. And finally, I also wanted to tell you about another alliance that we are going to develop, that we have already generated an agreement, and that we will announce the project shortly with Stadio Plus. And it is also going to be a powerful initiative, very innovative within the world of sports. And in this case, we will develop it with Deportivo-Alaves. And I think I have gone on too long, but well, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the general vision of what the Baskonia-Alaves Group is, what Factory is, and then initiatives within the entertainment vertical with concrete, real, and tested projects within this field. Very well, thank you very much.